finishes?
No.
Yes. You finish a shot, you finish your takedown defense, you finish what it is that your mission is, they give you points. So the finish is what's really critical. And one of the things that happens if you guys, and by being here, you're putting yourself in a position to do this, if you guys end up becoming college wrestlers, the hardest thing to do in college wrestling is finish. High school, it's not that hard to finish. You get into good position. A lot of times the guy will concede the points really early. If you guys got a chance to watch the NCAAs on ESPN this last weekend, boy, all of a sudden now you're seeing it's hard to finish. So if it's hard to finish at that level, we need to be good at finishing. If we're not good at finishing, we're not going to gain points, we're not going to win any matches. Okay? So we're going to start with finishes. On the low-level high crotch, he's going to be on his butt. So we're just going to start there. He's on his butt, and he's going to be on a hip. I'm going to be around his knee. Okay, so I'm in this position right here. Now, a couple of things we want to start with that are really critical. I've worked hard to get where I'm at right now. And so by doing all that stuff to get here, I want to finish. If a referee calls a stalemate, have I finished? No. Now, in wrestling, there are times to cause stalemates. In wrestling, if you're in a disadvantaged position, right now, Riley's kind of in a disadvantaged position. If he can cause a stalemate, he gets a new start. That's good for him. If I have a stalemate called in this position, it's bad for me because I can score points here. Okay? So I don't want stalemates caused. So anything that stops me from being able to work my finish and stops action is bad, right? So him locking in my crotch, him locking around my body and in my crotch, that's bad. Because he can cause a stalemate in that position. If I get between his legs off my hip and he steps over my foot right here, he can cause a stalemate. All right, so I can't get myself in positions where stalemates get caused. Right? So my knees have to stay pinched. Next thing, notice my feet. The bottom one, that knee's bent at a 90, maybe a 90 plus. The top one's relatively straight. But my knees are pinched. This hand here is going to be elbow deep around and just below the kneecap. All right, my shoulder is going to spear right through his quad. On girls, it's called thighs. On boys, it's called quadriceps. All right, so we have my shoulder is going to be speared right into his quad. This hand is going to stay away from my body because I do not want it trapped. If he locks around my body, and his arms aren't long enough because I'm so buff, and traps this arm, I'm in trouble. So I don't want that arm trapped. So I have to keep this arm away from me. Okay? Now this is a real good position. If I get in this position, I'm able to maintain this relationship. And I'm talking relationship because if he moves, I have to move. To maintain the same position, I'm going to have to move. Riley's going to start scooting around behind me. I have to move at the same rate. I have to move at the same rate to maintain the same relationship with him. Okay? So, all right? So you see that as he starts spinning, I've got to move with him to maintain the relationship. Does that make sense to you? I know it's a weird word to use in wrestling, relationship, because you guys are thinking about girlfriends and parents. Or dogs. Have you guys seen his dog? Pretty sweet. All right, so you got to maintain this position. So what we're going to start with right now is we're going to get in this position, and the coaches are going to kind of walk around and check, but we're going to make sure the knees are pinched. We're going to make sure our shoulder is spearing through the inside of his thigh. I want his hips in front of my shoulder, not behind my shoulder. Arm away from my body. Once we're in the position, then he's going to start slowly scooting, and you're just going to move with him. Stay in that position. Okay? Any questions? Do it.